I'm Darlene, and I'm going to give you the basics of doing pop-up cards. They're a lot of fun, and you don't have to be artistic, you just have to be a little bit crafty. So the best tip I have for you is, instead of using blank sheets of paper, use cards that you've recycled. So pick a cute card that you like the message or the image on the front, and then you can make your own pop-up for the inside. And because we have to cut the inside paper, you need that second sleeve anyway. You need 2 sheets of paper, and the new piece of paper you use will cover up the message from the old card. So that's a great tip, especially if you like doing the pop-up part, but you don't want to have to design a whole cover for your card. So the supplies you'll need are a pencil, something to measure with, some kind of glue, scissors. If you have decorative scissors, those are great, but regular scissors will do, and construction paper or other type of color paper. So I'm going to start with the vertical fold type of card. There are 2 different pop-up styles. One you need to know for the card that opens like a book. The other you need to know for the card that opens horizontally like this. So I'll show you both types today. So I've picked this little card, and it was actually blank inside to begin with. I got these at the dollar store, a little pack of 8. Very inexpensive, and I picked a coordinating color for the inside. To make your inside sheet, just lay your original card on a piece of construction paper, trace around it, and you want to cut the inner paper just slightly smaller than the outside paper. That way you don't have the problem of trying to line it up perfectly. Now the center fold is going to be your guide for your design, and basically we're just going to use it to draw a symmetrical design. Symmetrical means the same on one side as the other. And I'm just going to draw a little flower that's very similar to the ones on the front. But you could do a tree, you could do a pumpkin, a shamrock, a birthday cake. Any design that's the same on both sides will work for this. Now, the only thing you have to be careful of is that you do not cut at the very edge on the side, about a 1/2 inch strip. So I always mark it, and then when I draw my line, I make sure I stop there so I don't cut it out by mistake. The other thing you need to do is to measure and make sure that your design isn't any wider. This is 1 3/4 from the fold to the edge of the design than from the edge of the design to the edge of the card. And that's because when you cut it and it pops up, it's going to fold forward, and you don't want it sticking out from the edge of the card when it's closed. So now all I have to do is start at the fold and cut my design, remembering to stop at that little strip where I don't want to cut. And then I'm going to start on this side. This is a funky little flower, but that's okay. You can freehand draw, or if you have a template, that's fine. And you can probably come up with some sort of symmetrical design for just about any holiday. Now you can cut out small bits off of the fold like you would for a snowflake or something. You just need to have enough left so there's a fold. Alright, so now we're going to open that up, and you can see it's loose except for these 2 little edges where I did not cut. And now I'm going to take what was a valley fold, you can see the valley, and the flower, I'm going to pop that fold up so that it's now a mountain fold. And then I'm going to fold it down on itself and press. So you can see how that makes it pop up. And you can also see why it's so important, this distance between the edge of your design and the edge of the card is not too big or too small, otherwise your design would fold out beyond the edge. So now all I have to do is glue it in. So I'm going to take and lay it right on the fold and center it the way I want it centered. And all I have to do is take my glue stick and put my glue on. And I'm not going to take a lot of time with this. And then I fold down this side of the card and rub. And then of course I flip it over and I do the exact thing. I glue here, fold down this card and rub. And when you open it, there's your pop-up. You've got your front pre-made, so it's nice and professional looking. Of course, if you're crafty or scrapbooker, you're going to want to do the fronts yourself, and just use plain paper if you do that. Then you can embellish with glitter or glue or markers or stamps, whatever you want on the inside. And of course, add your little message. So that's for the vertical style that opens like a book. Now for the horizontal style that's going to flip up this way, we have a similar system, but this technique is to make a little step. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure out from the fold about 1 inch or 2 and draw a line parallel to the fold and then a perpendicular line back to the fold. And I'm just going to make 2 cuts right to the edge of that parallel line that I made. And I have measured this line based on this cute little card image you can see that I'm going to glue onto it. So I made it the right size for my little image. Right, once again we're going to take a valley fold and we're going to pop this up and make it a mountain fold. Close it on itself, press, and you see you have a little step that pops up when you open the card. You're going to glue your cute little image right to the front of that step. So I'm going to put my glue on the front of the step. And give it a good press. And then when we open it, that lifts up with the step and my little design pops out. Now you can do smaller steps, a smaller little step here. You have enough width here, you could add more. You can cut a step in this fold back here and have an additional little pop-up behind this one. So you can see how you can make a multi-layered thing going on with that. Now you could put any image here, something you drew or stamped, and of course you glue it in the same way as the other one. You have it in place, you put your glue on, rub, flip it, and do the same. So I hope you enjoyed this. It's a great little way to make pop-up cards easily. Get your recycled cards together and make a whole slew of them so you're ready for any holiday.